Joining us now is U.S. District Court Judge Esther Salas of New Jersey. Judge, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Unfortunately, you know all too well the idea of your family being targeted. It was your son Daniel who answered the door on that fateful day, 2020, and was fatally shot. Your husband was also injured. Because you have had that kind of intimate experience with this kind of violence, what was your reaction to hearing about the Governor Shapiro's scenario?
Obviously, my immediate reaction was to say a prayer and to send good thoughts to the governor and his family. Being attacked in a place that you call your sanctuary, your home, where people most often feel they're safest and most comfortable. I can't imagine how, well, I can actually.
You can.
Yeah,
you can.
I can, and I can say that the only thing I would continue to, advise the governor to do is to stay with the people that he loves and to continue to hold, them close and to do everything he can to protect himself and his family, especially in the times that we're living now.
You mentioned the times we're living. What do you think about this climate at this point where it seems like we're seeing this ratcheting up of threats and violence and rhetoric against those who are trying to uphold the law?
I'm now dealing with, and my colleagues across this country are dealing with unprecedented attacks in the form of intimidation. We have seen these attacks coming from people that we never would have imagined. I've often talked about the violence against the judiciary being a bonfire that's been burning for some time. But it feels like people in positions of power, leadership, people with large social platforms are throwing, fuel on this fire and lumber on this fire and accelerants, to be quite frankly, and to be quite frank with you on that, Linsey. I don't see us those in power trying to tone this down.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel, and are you concerned that it feels that the threat has never been greater against the judiciary when you have, for example, President Trump, who was rallying against, calling for the impeachment of the federal judge who ruled against his deportation, his flights. Again, just today, you had the Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, who said federal judges should stop meddling in national security matters. Have you ever seen threats at this level against federal judges?
I think we're in unprecedented times. I think we can look to statements that are coming out from our leaders and these positions of power and say we're in new territory. When we see members of Congress calling for the impeachment of judges for doing their jobs. When we again see these pizza deliveries now that are being hundreds of pizzas are being delivered to the personal homes of judges all throughout this country.
So and one of them from your son's name?
Let me just put this in perspective. We had heard about pizzas being delivered to judges' houses. And that says what? I know where you live. Mm-hmm. Well, just this past Monday, I learned that pizzas were being delivered to judges and the sender on the order form, they were ordering online, was Daniel Anderl. My son is now being used to really send threats to judges. And so when people are trying to weaponize my son and his legacy to send out threats and acts of intimidation against judges, that's totally against what Daniel was. Mm-hmm. He was love and light. And so I'm here to encourage our leaders, Republican, Democrats, Independents, to be champions for justice, to speak up.
And we just have a few seconds left, but tell me about what you have there in your binder.
It's Daniel. I carry him with me everywhere I go, and he is my light and my love, and he will continue to shine his love and light on everyone because he lived for that and continues to live on in spirit to spread light and love wherever he goes and wherever we go.
Thank you for sharing your son with
Thank
us
you.
and your insight. We so appreciate your time tonight. Really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having
Thanks
me.
so much,
Thank
Judge.
you for covering this story.
Of course.